I've got very low income or I'm on disability. How would I beat, the hypergamous nature of women? And he goes on to rationalize with himself in the comment about him being living with an engineer for 4 years. He doesn't have a job. He doesn't want to blow his own trumpet, but for the sake of his master's degree, his education, he's great at guitar and blah, blah, blah. And he's questioning, how do I hack hypergamy? I posted it in the private chat that I don't know if you had a chance to read it all again.
No, I haven't, but I think that
you know the one because you had just replied back to me on it.
The first thing I would say is that, and I've got a post on this as well, as you might, but I don't think that hypergamy is a straitjacket. I think a lot of guys blow I talk about hypergamy. It's probably my fault because I talk about it quite a bit, but it's not a straitjacket. It's not something that is going to make or break you. You should know about it, and you should be able to use it, to your advantage. And I think that part of the key to hacking hypergamy is knowing whereabouts in your woman's life where she is as far as her stage of maturity, and understand what she's prioritizing as her, for her sexual strategy. What was the guy saying that he was an engineer? He's got a lot.
He was trying to rationalize himself about how awesome he was because he was really good at guitar. And I had responded because he was a bit of a cocky dick in his comment. I just responded like, look, man, your girl's about to move on you. Unless you can play guitar like Jimi Hendrix and fill a stadium like him, it's pretty much done, right? Like, you don't have a job. You're not bringing anything to the table.
Right. Well, see, guys like this, and when they get cocky about it, usually I'm wondering if it's not a troll to begin with, but let's just say for sake of argument, it isn't a troll. Because guys think that hypergamy is immutable. They think that they can't do anything with it. That if I'm in and they always go to binaries, and this is a common critique, I guess, that I get for hypergamy is that if I'm in a relationship with a really great girl and I'm the best that she can do, but as soon as she sees another guy who's better than me, does that mean I'm out and this new guy is in? And we say in the manosphere that she's never yours to begin with. It was just your turn. I think guys kind of take that a little bit too literally, because they think that if they don't measure up to the I don't know, the level or the SMV of another guy, that they're out and the other guy's in, and they don't see that happen in real life, because obviously not every woman is just saying, oh, okay, fuck it, here's the next guy who's better than Joe or Jim. The reason I say that is because hypergamy, like I said, is not a straitjacket. There are ways around this. I've given this story on a couple of times where I've told about this girl that I was dating at the time. I think I just met her that night. It was one of my same night lays, and she was on the rag, and I knew she didn't want to have sex with me right on that particular time. And so I was like, okay, fuck it, I'm out, whatever. But I had apparently made a significant impression upon her that she wanted to have immediate sex with me right then and there. And so regardless of whether she was on the rag or she wasn't on the rag, she still wanted to have sex with me. So doesn't that go against hypergamy? Because hypergamy is all about ovulatory shift, and how women want to get with the really super masculine guys when they're ovulating, and they want to be with the nice comfortable guys when they're in their luteal phase and they're having their period. And so you have to, there's a variable in there too, because if you make a high end, a significant impact as an alpha guy, it's not going to matter what phase she's in. So think of it in those terms. It's not a straitjacket. Also, when they do these studies about ovulation and ovulatory shift, the women who are already in a relationship that they have rated as being a satisfying relationship, they're more inclined to have sex within their pairing with that guy. They want to have sex, and they want to have sex with that guy. If they are in a relationship that is not satisfactory to them, or they know that the guy is, basically they're saying, if she's with a beta guy, yeah, she's probably going to go look outside of that pairing to have sex, and then maybe come back to that for her comfort. So she's splitting it into two guys. But the haters always want to say, it's a straitjacket, and if somebody else likes you more, then you're out and he's in. And they think that that is the way of breaking hypergamy. And it doesn't have anything to do with that. A woman also, you have to understand that a woman's sexual market value also plays a part in that. So if your woman's a 6 and you're an 8, it doesn't matter what the hypergamous equation is right there. She's going to want to stay with the guy that she recognizes as significantly higher than her in her sexual market value. So can a woman get that? Is she balancing these ideas of, while I'm horny and I'm ovulating, can I actually get somebody better? Should I get somebody better? It's not to say that women can't police that. We used to do it all the time. I mean, that's really what the church and our moral and ethical systems were about, to an extent. Is that was a buffer against hypergamy to keep women from doing what we know that if we were to unfetter hypergamy, like we have, what they will do. And I think really on a societal level right now, we're seeing what women would do with unfettered hypergamy. So don't think that it is a straitjacket at all, because it is not.